The Bolts of Pain podcast, an English take on a colonial endeavour. Men in pads and tight clothing and lots of adverts. You'll find none of that nonsense here. Just resentment, bitterness, and a permanent sense of what could have been if only we had given the chaps cricket.
Welcome back, Bolters. Week 5 of the NFL season is in the rearview mirror. An awfully long time ago, the 49ers and the Rams played a great game, with the 49ers just squeaking it 26-23. Very, very much injured 49ers team, with a backup quarterback, winning despite their injuries. And of course, the Rams are playing at SoFi Stadium, so like the Bolts, they have no real home advantage. Yes, McVay went for it on 4th and 1 at the end, but I think that was the right call. You know, I think that you got to go for it. And normally, you'd expect a Sean McVay team to get it on 4th and 1. They're very well coached. The defensive line is very strong. Amazing. 54 first downs in the game. And Mac Jones, playing really well as a substitute QB. And Stafford was even better. And Stafford was on my fantasy bench. I didn't play him. Generated 26 points. My starting quarterback in fantasy. Well, more on that later. In London, the rookie Dylan Gabriel plays well for the Browns, but they still lose. One of those franchises at the minute who just find ways to lose. Titans versus Cardinals was wild. Much as we Charger fans may sometimes think we're cursed, as a Cardinals fan, that game was as if you were cursed. DeMarcado not breaking the plane. If he had done, just run it in. That's all you got to do. Take the ball into the end zone. They go up 28-6 and they end up losing 21-22 to the Titans of all people. But Cam Ward looked very good at the end. The Colts back on the winning ways, thrashing the Las Vagrants 40-6. Just looked really, really good. Geno Smith continues to look really, really bad. The Texans murdering the Ravens. What's happened to the Ravens' defense? Dallas doing likewise with the Jets, just toying with the hapless Jets. Jackson Dart, of course, lost his second start. But when you lose against a great team like New Orleans... Oh, hold on a minute. He lost against New Orleans. They lost against New Orleans. Spencer Rattler wins his first game. Of course he does. Against the Giants, who beat us last week. The Bryce Young redemption story continues. A bit wobbly, but against the Dolphins, he was good enough. A great 4th and 5 conversion pass to Jimmy Horn in that one. Broncos end the Eagles' unbeaten run. So they're catching up with us and breathing down our neck. Tampa Bay and Seattle match was wild. Baker Mayfield. I know I've got every episode I go on about Baker Mayfield, but blimey, wouldn't you just love to have him on your team? That guy. And while all this was going on, we had the weird Mark Sanchez story, which, you know, is tragic and sad. And obviously the guy's got some sort of, I don't know. Don't go near alcohol, Mark Sanchez, or other products, including maybe pharmaceuticals, allegedly. No idea, but not a good look. And, well, that's it for week 5, really, before we get on to the agony. The only last bit of good news to report is the Chiefs losing to the Jags. And that really is the end of any good news, because from here on in, it is downhill quickly. So the Chargers against the Commanders, playing in their allegedly home stadium of SoFi. First regular season game wearing the uniform all powder blue. Looked all right. It's a little bit garish. Not mad on it. Started off hot out of the gun, the Chargers, as they often do. And a superb 41-yard run by our quarterback, Justin Herbert. And after the end of the first quarter, we were 10-0 up. And after that, oh my God, a litany of disasters that even by Charger standards were stomach-churning. The killer fumble with 8:50 left in the second quarter by Quinton Johnston. Everything from that moment on seemed to go tits up. The roughing the passer penalty on the rookie linebacker Marlo Wax on 4th and 15 when the punter's right at the back of the end zone. Negated a brilliant 57-yard return by Ladd McConkey, who sort of came back out of the doldrums in this game. And we had that thing again of a pronounced slump in the second half as the O-line faded. Herbert, again, under constant duress, 4 sacks of him. So from going 10-0 up we ended up losing 27-10. 27 unanswered points to Washington. Lots of missed tackles, third and longs being converted. In the second half, Herbert had just 36 passing yards. I mean, what the hell? That late third quarter, 4th and 2 incompletion to Tyler Conklin, who didn't even look like he was expecting the pass. Daniel Popper wrote in The Athletic, by the time Conklin got to the huddle, there were 11 seconds on the play clock, and quarterback Justin Herbert was already midway through his play call. The Chargers broke the huddle with 9 seconds on the play clock. They rushed to the line. Herbert got the snap off with 4 seconds to spare. Herbert rolled to his right off play action. The Chargers needed 2 yards for a first down. Herbert threw a fastball to Conklin on a stop route. It went through Conklin's hands, hit him on the helmet, and fell to the turf for an incompletion and a crucial turnover on downs. The play was a microcosm of the Chargers' performance Sunday. Blunder after blunder, mistake after mistake, penalty after penalty. The Chargers were disorientated and dysfunctional. A Harbaugh-coached team is not supposed to look like this. Amen, Daniel Popper. Then we had the killer interception at the goal line with 7:40 left in the fourth quarter. I mean, Herbert is 6'6", and he gets tipped in that situation. Come on, Justin. And of course, the Commanders then, with the ball, go on a long drive. And of course, on 4th and 7, Jaden Daniels throws a bit of a duck for a touchdown to make it 27-10. We gave away 10 penalties for 10 penalties for 85 yards. I think nearly 200 yards of penalties in our last 2 games. I mean, it was just rubbish. And in garbage time, Trey Lance comes on. I'd like to think it was to protect Herbert. It wasn't technically a benching, but they just thought, well, what's the point? Our starting star QB is going to get the bejesus knocked out of him. And then just to compound things, in the fourth quarter, our rookie running back, Amarian Hampton, who's looked really good, left with an injury on his ankle and did not return. And now we find out he's on injured reserve and will miss at least 4 games. I mean, I don't know. It was... It's hard to feel optimistic at the moment, and that's what comes with being a Chargers fan. Who are we playing next? Okay, we're playing the Miami Dolphins at their place at Hard Rock Stadium. Probably be another half-empty stadium. In our powder blue jerseys and the gold jeggings. 2 games ago, I'd have said we're definitely going to beat them. Now, I just don't know. Mike McDaniels is coaching for his job. But I just don't know what to make of the Chargers and what kind of team is going to turn up. For the last 2 games, they have been out-coached, disorientated, untidy, ill-disciplined, poor execution. This can't go on. Come on, 3-0 and now 3-2. If they keep on playing like this, they could be 3-14. Lightning, strike me down.
The Bolts of Pain podcast is available in all good gentlemen's clubs. Ask upon entry. Discretion assured.